Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to the show. How is everybody doing? How is your Tuesday going so far? Go ahead and let me know by either calling me on 07852 or by leaving a comment down below. Now, if you're listening to us on any of our social media platforms, that is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or whatever social media platform, if you're listening to us on it, you can leave a comment. And since this is happening live, you can get in touch with me, which is absolutely amazing. So go ahead and let me know what you're thinking. Go ahead and let me know if you're having a good day so far, how your Monday went. Go ahead and let me know by leaving a comment down below. Now, before we get on into the interesting conversation, I also want to remind you to go ahead and check us out on our social media platforms, okay? That is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok as well, because we are posting some behind the scenes footage of what exactly goes down here at Relax Radio. So go show us some love on our social media platforms. If you have videos that you have done that you want to share with us, go ahead and do that. We always love to see content from you. We love to see what you are up to. So if you made some delicious food today, or if you did something very exciting or not, if you just to get ready with me, doesn't matter. Go ahead, share it with us by on our social media platforms, or you could just message it, WhatsApp it to us on 07852 Again, hello out to everybody listening in. I am Jamie, and this is, of course, the chat trap on Relax Radio. Now, if you're wondering what is Relax Radio, what is this platform, and if you're new here, well, Relax Radio basically is an interactive radio platform. And even though we call ourselves radio, we're so much more different than any regular radio station, right? Because we are all about interaction, which means that we want to hear your voice. This is basically a self-funded platform that we have created so that you get the opportunity to speak up, you get the opportunity to share your thoughts and opinions with every other person listening in. So feel free to do just that by calling us or by getting on board the show. All right, with that being said, let's get on into the conversation for today. And it's actually pretty interesting conversation. I want to talk about the Windsors. Okay, now if you are a classic TV show kind of person, you definitely know what the Windsors is. The Windsors basically is a satire or like a comedy, or I would say parody. Parody, I think, is the best word to use. And yeah, it's basically like a parody of like the British royal family. Okay, and the Windsors has been running on Channel 4, I think, since like 2016. So it's been going on Channel 4 for quite some time, okay? But it's basically, like I told you, it's a wild, very wild, and it's very satirical. It's a wild comic satire, and it has always put the rude before regal, as rightly said by BBC. So they're saying it's basically a satire, and the show is basically what's happening is that it's transferring to the stage in London with some of the TV cast. Now, first of all, I think the TV series, I actually haven't watched it up to date, but I've watched like clips that you find on TikTok and stuff, and it is so hilarious. I don't know how many British folk agree with the TV series, but one thing but that everybody can agree with is that it is so funny. It is so hilarious, and yeah, go ahead and check out the Vinces. And why it's on the news again, like I told you, is because it's going to be transferring to the stage in London with some of the TV main cast, okay? And the writer says that the script of the Windsors Endgame will try to keep up with like the latest royal headlines, which means, okay, why I'm excited to see this is because if it's going to keep up with like the latest royal headlines, there's going to be so much scandal, there's going to be so much drama, and yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. Now, the script writers, I think his name is Bert Taylor Moore, and the other one is George Jeffrey. They came up with the idea for a sitcom based on basically the UK royal family, which is the largest in their thoughts were two series for US TV. Now, neither show was a comedy, but they had each a taste for the excess and the overblown, and they went on to create like a mashup of like the British royals with the feel of like this big glossy American soap, and that's how That's basically how the Windsors were created in America. But now it's coming to London, and I'm so excited. More than the TV series in itself, why I'm excited for Windsors is I can't wait to get like the reaction of the people. What would the people think of their royal family being ridiculed? It's going to be very interesting to see. So yeah, I'm super excited. We are going to be talking about this further on as well. So make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. For right now, though, we're going to be heading off onto a little break.
Again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son.
I want to talk about, how the generation gap, how much has changed, especially when you check the youth nowadays in comparison, to people back in the day.
I'd say when I was younger, it was more disciplined. Not now.
In comparison to now.
Not at all. Not now. The way things are nowadays, the younger generation, you seem that they can't accept the word no. If that makes sense.
They can't accept rejection. Essentially, is all you're trying to say.
Yeah, they can't accept the word no. So if you, how did I do? Or you didn't do very well, and they get upset. And when I was a youngster, my father used to say to me, because I used to be sport mad when I was very young, well, still am sport mad, but like participating in different sports. And if I had a bad game, for example, he might say to me, you had one to forget. That's it.
Your dad sounds like a smart guy. I mean, yeah, that's the real fact of the matter, yeah.
He'd say to me, you had one to forget. Get over it. And that was it. So I dust myself down and do it again. But now, if you say to a child, if I went up to a child and said, you've had one to forget, God, there'd be an inquest. An inquest. Me, why did you reject my son? Oh, I haven't rejected your son. Or daughter. I've just told them that they need to buck their ideas up.
That's the truth right there. I mean, if you think about it, if you check the generations, like right now in the US as well, I've seen a lot of these things as well. In the UK, you get medals for participation. But what's the point? What are you trying to? Yeah, what's the point? Either you win or you lose. People are so afraid to put that whole notion of losing. When it comes to right now, the generation gap is just crazy. How much. A lot has changed. Social media has taken control of our lives, and we don't even realize it anymore. We're crippled because of it.
That's absolutely right, Nick. Because, as you said, nowadays it seems that you get rewarded for failure. For the life of me, Nick, I can't get my head around that. Perhaps I'm just getting old and morbid. I don't know. I just can't get my head around how you could be rewarded for failure.
Hello again and welcome back to the show. This is, of course, the Chat Wrap on Relax Radio. How is everybody doing? How is your day going so far? Go ahead and let us know by calling us on 07852 473 473. Now, if you missed that number, that's completely fine. I'm going to show it on the screen right now. See, it's displayed on the screen, so you could WhatsApp us, call us, whatever that you want. It's super easy. Go ahead and let me know what you're thinking. All right, with that being said, I also want to remind you that you need to show us some love on our social media, okay? If you want to give yourself an update of everything that's happening here at Relax Radio. Also, if you want to update, because, our Twitter keeps you updated about everything that's happening in the world, not just in the UK, but around the globe as well. So if you want to keep yourself up to date with everything that's happening, all you gotta do is go show us some love and follow us and like us on our social media. That is Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and basically all social media platforms. We go as Relax Radio. We're spelled without the X in Relax. So make sure that you go show us some love. With that being said, I am Jamie, and I'm going to be with you for about an hour or so more, talking to you about a lot of interesting things. I do want to touch on Zola for a second. And if you don't know what Zola is, it is this movie that was created based on like a real life story of like sex trafficking. And it's so interesting, which is why you need to keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio. I also want to talk about Andrew Cuomo for a second. Oh, that's some scandal right there that you absolutely need to know about. So go ahead, be a part of the show. Right now, though, I want to go back to the topic that we were discussing all this while, and that's with regards to the Windsors. Now, if you don't know what the Windsors is, well, it is, like I said, it is a satire. It is a American I would say sitcom that was created in 2016, and it basically puts it basically is like a comedy or like a parody of the entire the British royal family. So it's going to it's been in America all this time since 2016, but now it's coming on into Britain as well, into London, and apparently it's going to be very interesting. And yeah, I can't wait to see what it is. I can't wait to see how it goes, rather, because it definitely is going to have so much. It's going to have so much drama. I'm just watching the pictures. I'm looking at the pictures of this American cast. The cast is amazing as well. Of course, the cast is amazing, and oh my goodness, it's very hilarious. Okay, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the Windsors is definitely something very hilarious. And like I told you before, I'm very excited to see how like the Londoners will respond to it, because I know for the Americans it's been nothing but laughs and jokes or whatever, right? But I don't know if like the British folk are going to take offense in it, because it's very like it's of course rude before regal, right? That's basically the punchline of the TV show. But I'm very excited to see the how the British community kind of receive it. I'm very excited to see, and let me know if you actually watched any of the Windsors episodes. And it's basically focused on all of the drama, and the timelines are all perfect. So there's definitely going to be so much of drama, so much of scandals in this, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to see how it goes. All right, with that being said, we are going to head on off to a little break again. But before that, I want to remind you to download our app, because it's available absolutely free of charge on iOS and Android. So make sure that you download our app so that you can take us with you wherever that you go. Head on over to Play Store or App Store and download our app right now, okay? It's easy, because if you go on over to our app, you can listen to our past talk segments. You can listen to the podcast, which is super exciting. So download our app, and you can just call us directly if you download our app as well. So download our app so that you can take us with you wherever that you go. With that being said, I'm going to head on off into a little break, but make sure that you keep it tuned right here on Relax Radio.
The valuations that you place on an asset are always behind you. It's always in hindsight. It's never in front of you. And that's one of the challenges, right? Because you're always valuing what happened yesterday. And what you need is what's going to happen tomorrow.